Justin had a fun time with this guy. Hey, it's Dustin.
Hi, it's Justin.
It's our third time. Third time's the charm, right? Okay, you go on to what you were just saying. This is our job technically, so
true. There's just this guy. There's this new library guy who helps us with the sound equipment.
Fucking salmon-colored V-neck T-shirt.
He just looks like such a bro guy. Like, I was talking to him and he's just like really casual, like deep voice, and I'm like, hey, you're working right now.
Walks in a room, fills of cologne smell. It's ridiculous. This guy's. Let me describe you guys his pants right now. Hopefully he doesn't hear me, but he's actually sitting out right outside the door. But since this is the enclosed room,
hopefully he never listens.
Yeah. Fucking these jeans. They're like those ones that aren't jeans. They're actually just like a type of fabric that just wraps around your leg type of jeans, and they're like bright white, but like there's dark prints within them. It's those type of jeans. They're just complete like douche sort of jeans.
I didn't even see. That's funny.
Yeah, if you turn around you can see. Just making sure that fucking doors closed. Don't want anyone hearing all that shit. I'm more relaxed today. I've been listening to a lot of O'Neill.
Who's that?
He was a comedian.
Oh, that
passed
comedian
away.
that you told. What, passed away?
Yeah, a long time ago. Maybe I don't even know. Like maybe, a couple of years ago. Oh, that probably makes me sound fucking stupid. I have no idea.
I don't know.
But it was a while ago. Like maybe 2000. I'm not gonna guess, but it.
I don't think
it must have been pretty recent because like his stuff he's been doing since like 2000.
He's a stand-up comedian.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, Patrice O'Neill. He's fucking hilarious. Just very outspoken. He says what he thinks. Just those types of gents, you know? I think we need more of that. I don't know. He's kind of like who else is like that? Bill Burr, kind of like that sort of comedian. But I don't know.
I don't even know who that is.
Oh, he's also I discovered him probably late too. Back in 2015, one of my friends, or one of my buddies actually, not really my friend, but just a guy who I was in the same plate room with, he showed me him and he liked him and stuff, and I just was like, oh, cool. And then after that, just got hooked. It's just like when you're working at the studio, you just want to listen to some good shit, good talk, right? Because like you're painting and everything like that.
I definitely prefer like listening to a podcast or comedian or something over music if I'm like working on a project.
Right, yeah.
I feel like it puts me in a better headspace.
So I'm getting to the point where I've been doing it, but I'm just like, maybe I've always never, I'm not a person to hear or listen or watch things while I'm doing my art because I feel like it distracts all the senses, you know, that bullshit you hear.
Right.
But like I really mean it. Like it's just it's the senses. Like if you're listening to something, that takes a part of your energy, right? So
I guess that's true. And like, I don't know if this is true at all, but like, I wonder if it has an effect on your work too, because if it's filling your head with that sort of vibe, I wonder if that would reflect in the work that you're creating. Yeah,
exactly. I think it does a lot of the time. Cause I mean, like, I don't know, for example, even like if you're pissed, like which happened recently, but I won't get into depth of that.
God, stop.
The energy is different, right?
Yeah.
And like I can't focus because like all of a sudden, whoa, this is happening. And then the same thing happens with me when I'm pissed too. Sometimes it feels like you just shut down.
Yeah, I definitely feel like that. I think especially lately, like because, hey podcast, me and Dustin moved into a new place and we've been there for about a week. Maybe.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I just, oh my God, I didn't expect to be so stressed out because there's so many different changes. Like I have to find different bus routes to get to work in the morning. And just things like that.
Well, remember this too, like when we moved into the last house.
Yeah.
Kensington.
Kensington,
sorry. That's a hard name to pronounce.
It is.
I'll try it again. Kensington?
Yeah.
There we go. That was a hard place to find busing as well. Like we were like, you're stranded. You feel stranded out there, right? Like it's just out in the middle of fucking nowhere.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know. I just thought it was like, that was stressful. Now here, I don't know if it's for me, if it's that stressful. And I'm even going to say for you that it shouldn't even be that stressful because it's like 15 minutes to my job.
Yeah, I don't know.
Not even.
Yeah, I don't know. It's still
other things though.
I think it's more so other things like, well, let's get right into this right now. So we have cats, as we talked about I think we were talking about that in the last Chillcast, actually.
Yeah, yeah.
And I made the mistake of letting them outside.
Huge mistake.
Yeah, now you can say that. Now that they're back, you can tell me how you really...
Fucking was so pissed when you did that.
I bet.
Because it was affecting me too, which I didn't want it to.
Yeah.
It was kind of like when I lost the $375.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's the exact thing.
You know, except cats are a little bit... For me, not really. They're pretty even, but but like, it was like one more check to add onto the list of pain in the ass.
Yeah.
But we found them, and I feel a lot better, to be honest.
I feel so much more relaxed. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I fucking ruined the story. We found them.
It's okay. I did too. Well, Helix was gone for, I think, 1 day. He came back in the night, I think.
You let him out early in the morning.
Yeah, it was like 6 a.m.
And then at the end, like at the night.
Yeah.
That same day.
I think it was the same day.
It was funny though, because like we walked around the area, then we were like, fuck it, we can't in Fairview, and then we were like, fuck it, and then we walked home. Then I just wanted to go down the hill one more time because we're on this slope. We're basically living on this hillside, and I walked down and I just was like looking, and this lady walked by me. Obviously, she could tell I was looking, and she said, "Hey, are you looking for a cat?" I was like, "Fuck yes, yes." And she's like, "Is it white and fat or puffy?" She didn't say fat. She said puffy. I was like, "Yeah." Proves he needs to lose some fucking weight.
He's getting fat. Yeah.
And I was like, "Yeah." And she said, "Yeah, he just ran across the road." Immediately, I was like, "Oh crap! It's not Kitty. It's just Helix." But I was like, "Whatever. One down, one to go."
Mm-hmm.
And there he was. And I just thought that was really cool. So that was that issue.
Yeah, that was nice.
But it made it worse for me because it was like, well, Helix.
Really?
Well, if Helix is found, why the fuck is Kitty not here?
Yeah, well, because at first I was like, okay, now that Helix is back, Kitty's like 8 years older than him. I know she'll be fine, but she wasn't.
We were trying so hard to fucking calm ourselves down. We're like, oh yeah, she's older. She's fucking older. She can take care of herself.
Yeah, but inside we're like, holy fuck, where is this cat? She's not back yet.
We were fake as fuck towards each other.
I was lying to myself so much.
I feel like that's why it was also being stressful because we were just trying to be like, oh, it's okay. And I mean, you were being more real than I was because you were like, no, Dustin, fucking cats will run away to kill themselves. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? We are trying to find this fucking cat and you're telling me it goes and tries to kill itself to run away. I am going to bullshit this. And I was just like, no, I've seen plenty of cats old in their age living in houses that I've been to, and you're like, that's not what I'm talking about, Dustin. Okay. And I was like, what are you? And then we started fighting. And of course we're fighting because it's not a real fucking conversation.
Okay, but were you trying to calm down yourself or me?
I was calming more of myself, but also hoping it would calm you down, but it was just making you more mad.
It was making me more mad. Yeah, but spoiler, she came back another day later, so that's cool.
Yeah, well, you're like the fucking mom cat. Like you heard cat meowing in the middle of the night, got you up, you were just like, whoop!
I didn't sleep. Oh my god, it was awful. Like, yeah, I felt like I just laid there for hours, and then I got up, and it was only 1 a.m, so it wasn't that bad.
Yeah,
because Helix was meowing at the window. I was like, what are you doing? Like, shut up. And so I like went over, and I literally like smacked him in the face really lightly, but I was like, hey, you need to stop that. That's annoying. But clearly he must have seen Kitty, or it was because I think there was another cat outside the window that was bothering him. But yeah, no, I just heard like the faintest of meows, and I knew immediately, okay, that's Kitty. I need to go open the
crazy
door.
Yeah there she was.
I
remember like hearing her coming in, meow 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 meow. Like, oh my gosh, cat. What the hell you been through?
Yeah, she wants that attention.
Oh, it was great. But that's our story, cat story. That was good. It's a big relief. Now we have to get rid of a whole bunch of stuff out of our house. And
I know how to do it. I measured them all, and I'm pretty sure it can all fit in your car. And I called the dump, the landfill, whatever. And it's $15 for anything that's 165 pounds or less, which is like, that's a really good deal, I think.
When's it close?
It closes at 6. But and also you're not supposed to go there until after 2:00 because it's cheaper for some reason, because it's like peak hours before then, so they charge more, which is really weird. But I can do that.
I guess it's a dump.
tomorrow.
It's not like it's a restaurant. Like, oh, after 2:00, you have to pay more for a meal. Like, I'm just thinking how stupid. But it's a fucking dump, so of course it makes sense.
And there's only like one in the city, so
weird random rules like that. What is that? Like,
it's really, I don't know. It's really weird, but. Anyway,
man, I do love podcasting. I mean, I was agitated coming here, but really? I was like, you know what? No, this is something that needs to be a part of my life, because it's a consistent thing. Like, I'll have different jobs going back and forth, but I'll always have the podcast with you and Amanda, so that's nice.
Yeah, it is nice. And I think I like Chillcast especially because, like, oh my God, we can talk about anything we want.
Yeah, exactly. It
does not matter.
Yeah, so that's what I like about it. We're going to have guests actually in our next podcast.
Next week, yeah. Well, actually, in a couple of days. It's this Sunday.
Oh, is it? This Sunday, yeah.
Yay.
Forgot about that. I should text them.
Yeah, probably.
Hey, just wanted to update you guys. You coming?
Speaking of things, something happened today.
Yeah? Oh, yeah, you wanted to share that.
Yes. So, you know how we're parked across the street?
Yes.
So, it's really weird in the area that me and Dustin live in. There's like, you can't just park anywhere you want. You have to have a permit, which I find to be really weird, because if you live there, you'd think that you could just park there, but I guess not. And I don't know, like, maybe if you have signed a lease somewhere, they'll give you a permit for free. That makes more sense, just so that like other people don't take your spots. But no, you have to pay for a permit, which is really confusing.
It's really frustrating, but
it is. So anyway, we are parked in the place right now that requires a permit. So technically we're not supposed to park there. So earlier today I was like putting the seat down and like measuring things in your car to make sure that things would fit. And I forgot to lock it. So I went back in the house, and then just before I came over here, I was like, oh shit, I forgot I need to lock the door. So I went to your car and I locked it. Nothing happened. Don't worry. But there was this like giant truck, just not the car behind ours, but the one before. And as I was walking back to the house, he yells across. He's like, "Are you taking off? Like, are you leaving?" Because he wanted that parking spot. And I was like, "No, I'm not." And he's like, "Well, you know that this is you need a permit to park here. Like, you're gonna get a ticket." And I look at him. I kind of play dumb for a minute. I look at like the sign that says you need a permit. I was like, "Oh, well."
Did you see you walking in the house?
Yeah. So I guess he knows where we live. That's
not even that. It's like, why would you ask that? Of course we would get a permit. You fucking idiot.
That's actually a really good point, because like, what is a permit? It's just so that I won't get a ticket. Like, he sees that I live here.
Was it a big black truck?
No, we've seen a big black truck parking in that area regularly, but no, it was like a sort of gross green, pale green color. But anyway, so he tells me that I need a permit and I'm going to get a ticket, and I was like, oh well, I'll just move it tonight. Like, it's not a big deal. And he gets like so pissed. Like, he doesn't say anything, right? I think he just sort of like scoffs a little bit. So I go inside because I need to get my backpack, which has like the cords and stuff. And then I go back out because I'm going to go take the bus to come here to record a podcast. And as I'm walking by his car or his truck, like just as I pass it, I hear him. I don't exactly know what he said, but he's like yelling.
Mumbling?
No, it was like yelling to like, I don't know. It's like when you want to yell at somebody, but you sort of half-ass it, and he doesn't fully yell at me, but he's sort of like yelling at himself, but loud enough that I can hear him. I just hear like,
like a dad sort of anger.
Like, fucking move your fucking car. Like, oh, I can't believe this kind of thing. I was like, okay, I'm not even going to acknowledge this.
You do realize we live here. We are eventually going to get a permit. So if I park there, you can't do anything about it. Like,
Yeah.
it's not a specific section of road. It's like the whole entire lanes of the area that you get a permit for.
Yeah.
So I don't understand what you think he's like like he thought you were visiting or something? Like,
maybe.
Does he not understand new people move into the area? Like, I don't get that. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Anyway, like, and you're living with us, so now we have bad vibes. Thanks,
Yeah,
dude. Like,
exactly.
You could have taken it. I find people in Vancouver just are so uptight with this whole parking thing.
I know.
When I first moved here, I parked across the road, and he told me, this guy came out. He's like, "Go park on the other side of the road." I'm like, and this was me
Really?
being naive, not knowing my future here at Vancouver, how fucking bullshit parking is. I was like, okay, sure. Like, it doesn't take much energy. I'll just park on the other side.
Yeah.
So, like, it's crazy. Like, what?
Like, it's so crazy. And the last place that we lived at too, people would like put out milk crates to like save parking spots just because they feel like they're entitled to that space. But hey, it's free for all. You don't get to save anything.
So what? Are we gonna get a ticket? Like, what is?
Well, like, I don't know. Do you think he's gonna call them and say, "Hey, someone's parked here and they don't have a permit"?
It's not gonna change anything once we get a permit. So I don't understand.
That's the thing. Like, the only thing. Oh my God, words. So, us having a permit and us not having a permit, it doesn't affect him at all. It only affects if we're gonna get a ticket or not. So I really don't understand why he's getting so
The conversation is just like bullshit, because this is how I would go. I was like, you do realize I live here, right? Well, you need a permit anyway.
Yeah.
I was like, well, okay, cool. Let's play this out. I get a permit and then I park at the same spot that you're angry at me parking in. It doesn't change anything. I'm still going to I want to have a good environment here.
Yeah.
I've just moved here. Like, relax.
Yeah.
Like, I still have a car. Like, when I get a permit, doesn't mean my car's going to magically move in another area so you can park there. Like, I don't understand what the whole issue is here. So, I don't know. Maybe there's like more to it than I know. Maybe there is sections on each side or some bullshit. Like, I don't know.
I mean, I guess it's possible, but I hope not. That's fucked. No, I don't think so, actually, because I think I saw on the map it showed like the whole area.
Yeah.
I feel like the area that we're living in now, I think there's just a lot of people like that. I'm getting that feeling. Everybody's like,
is he white?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Everybody's like higher class and like pretentious and just they have this huge ego. I don't know. Jeez. I think that just comes with living in a nicer area.
Yeah, I guess so. You get a lot of it, like all white people walking their dogs, going on jogs, riding their bikes. It's like, come on, guys, go to the fucking mountains. Yeah. Why are you here? Like,
yeah,
it just doesn't make any sense.
Look at me and my spandex.
All right, well, let's just do that tonight. Get a permit.
Yeah, well, okay.
I'll get it.
Well, I guess we'll get it, and then I don't know if we want to move the car. I don't know how long it takes to get a permit.
I don't know. Like, there must be something we're missing if he's that mad.
Maybe, I don't know. I think he's just a really angry
How
guy.
old was he?
Like maybe 30.
Oh,
like not old.
Jeez.
Okay, but the best part, which I find to be really funny, so I went to the bus stop, which is like half a block around the corner from where he was parked.
Yeah.
And I guess he stormed off in his truck. I didn't even see him leave. I just kind of forgot about him as soon as I got to the bus stop. And then as I'm waiting for the bus, he had like gone around and he drives past me, like on the same road that the bus would come on. And as he drives past, the same thing again, he just like yells out his window like, "Move your fucking car!" Like, what are you doing? That's so cowardly. Like, if you really want to talk to me, you could have gotten out of your truck and followed me, as creepy as that is.
What does he think? You're the KKK or something? You're like one of the nicest guys I've ever met. Like, what a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
Like, why is this such a... Jeez.
It took me by surprise, though. I didn't even like notice it was him, so I didn't even give him any sort of reaction. I just like looked over like, did I hear something? Like, oh, okay. Nothing happened.
Well, I guess his anger is going to be justified if there's something else about this permit thing that I don't know. As far as I know, it's a permit. You live there.
You park there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, I just thought that was funny.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Carrying that with you all day, hey?
It just happened.
Like when you left.
Just before I came here, yeah. So I guess I've been a little bit like heated because of that, but what a guy.
You know what it is too? I bet you it's because like we stay there a lot. That car's been there for a while.
Yeah, probably.
Maybe. What is it with people and parking? I just don't get it. Like it even bothers me like when I can't find a place in front of my house.
Yeah. I think it's just an awkward place to live. Like there's not a whole lot of parking options because we're right by that busy road and there's not a whole lot of underground parking. I don't know.
I don't get the underground parking thing either. I mean, there's enough spots for one person in our house.
Well, I wonder if we get a permit if we can park under there.
Maybe.
Anyway,
that's pretty much sums up that whole fucking situation.
Yeah.
Don't know any more about that. Yeah. So I mean, like we just have a lot of stuff to do, get things pushed forward in terms of living in a new area. It goes from like permits to like making sure we get our shit figured out. We want a couch, which would be nice, so people can sit down while we have drinks and get-togethers and all that shit.
Parties and things.
Yeah.
Speaking of partings and things and drinks and things, I hung out with my friend today.
Oh yeah, how was that?
It was good.
He had a friend from Lethbridge.
I have a friend from Lethbridge.
Remember that other L place I was trying to figure out? Lacombe. That was the other place.
Oh yeah, I've heard of that place. It's in Alberta.
Yep.
Yeah.
How was it?
It was good. I actually forgot that he was coming too. I have a friend. He came down to Vancouver just for like, some doctor thing. I think it was for school actually, because he's going to school to become something medical. I actually don't really know. And yeah, so he told me a while ago, he's like, hey, I'm coming on this day. And I forgot. And I was planning on going to the landfill today. And then I had to cancel those plans. But it was nice. We met up at the SkyTrain station, and then we went to Spaghetti Factory, got some food, just talked about things. We talked about religion a lot.
Yeah?
Well, because, I don't know. We've never really gotten into this on the podcast. I think I can do that. Has anybody heard of Mormonism?
Dun, 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 dun.
Dun, 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 dun. Justin was raised Mormon, and he's not Mormon anymore.
Does your friend have like a epiphany about it or something like that?
Well, actually, he I think 2.5 years ago, he also left the church.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so we had just a really good talk about that.
What was his thing?
He just doesn't believe in it anymore.
Like there wasn't like something that hit him home or something like that was like, oh
no. As far as I understand, he just started to not believe, and then over time, he just decided, hey, well, if I don't believe, then let's get out of here.
Shit.
Yeah.
That sucks. Or, well, I mean,
not
really.
It doesn't suck in this situation because, in my opinion, I think Mormonism is a cult, and we actually taled about that. It was great.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry all Mormons who love the church. I don't really like it.
We hate this podcast now because we talked about it.
Well, I'm sorry.
Free speech.
Free speech. Oh my God, we talked about that too, and like SJWs and stuff. It was a really good talk, actually.
Yeah, it's funny how everything's switching. You feel that switch in the air, you know?
Yeah.
I feel that switch in the air. I just feel like, I don't know, like it's just this thing that just doesn't make sense, that it's just, I had one view and now it's like the complete opposite. I'm still Christian. I mean, disclaimer, I'm Christian, but like, you know, since Trump has been elected, there's just been so many, I've just seen things on a different level now. To think my parents support someone like that just really just changes me. And it just freaks me out because I just thought my parents were loving Christians. But they're just kind of blind sheep. It feels like they're not aware. Like they just think it's God's doing, and they're like, it's as long as God's saying it's good that we're doing it.
Yeah.
So it just worries me a little bit. I mean, even if it is God's will as a Christian, I mean, I think there's other things that are coming good out of it, like Women's March, and people are just realizing like sexual assault is not okay.
Yeah.
But then there's shitty things coming from that, like SJWs and like, you know, putting people into jail that don't deserve it. So I mean, but at the same time, I just feel like people are being woke. Like we're just realizing like, holy shit, we've got a lot of work to do. So I don't know. this guy talking about God, Trump. It's like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, what the, like, are people that dumb? They're buying into this shit. Like the way he talks about it, like. I just can't believe it. I bet you this guy's never practiced a Christian philosophy in his life.
Well, he's a politician, and I think politicians just lie to like please the crowd.
It just makes me mad because I just think Christians are a lot more smart than this, and it just makes me angry because it's like you just see these people just supporting this man, and to me, I feel like they're supporting God more so because I guess Trump's more.
He's like a symbol or something, like a prophet.
I don't get it. I was watching this video and this fucking guy that my mom shares all the time. This guy's an idiot.
Oh, you've showed me him.
Oh, he grosses me out. I don't even know who this guy is, but he's just trying to prophesize things that are going to happen. And it's scary. It's like he's saying these things that are just so arbitrary, random, far-fetched from a Christian philosophy. It scares the living fuck out of me because it just I've never read anything in the Bible about things he talks about. He says like, oh, there's this guy who died, and this guy dies symbolizes the birth of these two other pastors that are going to be talking, one man, one woman. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Wait, what? That's...
I'm pretty sure when Jesus rose from the dead, he said, love thy neighbor, and fucking he showed this sort of way of being a Christian to others that the popes and the priests couldn't do. They're the ones who fucking crucified him, and so I don't know. It just makes me angry because I'm willing to learn more about the Bible. I'm willing to learn more about my faith. I just can't fucking understand people who go in that route, and my mom just eats it up. She's just like, yum yum yum, this is gonna happen. I'm like, who are you to say that because someone dies that means someone's gonna be that something else is gonna happen? Like, who are you to say that?
Yeah.
Unless Jesus Christ comes down from the hilltops, or if I get some sort of confirmation from him, that is where I'm going to go. I'm not going to listen to someone who just feels like they have the entitlement to preach what God is saying to him. I can't buy it.
Well, isn't that like blasphemy? Isn't that like what the definition of blasphemy is claiming that you have all the answers?
I'm sure there's people who actually do. Like, I mean, in the Bible, there are prophets. There are people who speak in God's name and what God will do, and that's written. And I get that. There might be people out there, I'm for sure. Who knows? Maybe. But I just can't buy some of this bullshit that people are saying. Yeah. Like, it's just fucked up. It makes me so mad. We're here to spread the gospel. We're here. That's all I know about the Bible, is that we're here to spread the good news and to just be Christians and loving and kind, and to teach people about who God really is. It's someone who came down his fucking throne, experienced the same things we fucking experienced. But anyway, I'm just bloviating.
Yeah, now we're getting into a little bit of a rant.
I'm just mad because I recently watched a video about that. This guy just like, and there will be more like, what are you saying? What are you talking about?
Especially when they talk like that. Like, that preaching voice.
Okay, sure. If this, like, let's say this does happen. Let's say fucking two people come and all of a sudden they're just like, what does that mean? Like, what is that even meaning? I don't know. So,
yeah, I feel like if because I am an agnostic, I don't really know what's out there. I don't necessarily believe in a God, but I also don't know. I feel like if there's gonna be like his sort of doctrine or teachings or whatever, it's gonna come from the Bible. I don't really, or the majority of it. I think that's a big thing a big issue that I had with the Mormon Church too, is that we got all of these, for lack of a better word, like rules and like ways of living and things to think of and to live by from the Bible and from the Book of Mormon. But then the prophet came up with all of these more rules out of nowhere. Like, he just decided this is the way that it's going to be. And I don't know why that's the way that it is. That doesn't really seem right to me. I think if we're going to have a Bible, or some sort of book, then that's just what we need to read. I don't know why we would need to follow somebody else. You know what I mean?
Well, Martin Luther King, not Jr. Oh wait, no, it's just Martin Luther. Sorry, not Martin Luther King. I always get that mixed up because they're two people who are just so
completely
iconic.
Opposite, right?
No, actually, they're pretty all about human rights and stuff. I think they're pretty equal.
Are they both like religious figures though? I thought one wasn't. Anyway,
Martin Luther King, I think he had a faith. I'm not sure, but Martin Luther, this guy basically, he was the one who kind of broke away from this idea that you have to go to a pastor, you have to go inside this fucking box in order to go to God. Which is not true. And I mean, it isn't. You go, it's a relationship with Jesus Christ. It's like he's there. You sit down, you pray, and you sit down, you worship. It's whatever you decide to do. It's like, that is what it's all about. And I think Martin Luther had a really good message with that. It's awesome. So that's kind of what I think about. That's why I fucking can't stand people following these guys that are just prophesying. I can't prophesying. Yeah. Of things that will happen when you don't know. I mean, like Martin Luther studied the Bible, he read it and he understood it, and I swear he probably had some sort of fucking high spiritual relationship with God. To the point where he was able to say, this isn't right. We should go to, like, it's so beautiful. It makes so much sense. And I just want more of that. I'm tired of all of these things, like all of these specific details, like, the angels with 4 wings will come down and crown the 2 leaders of blah, 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 blah. And there's going to be a change. There's going to be a movement. It's like, God is not going to be like.
It's not a show.
When it's happening,
play.
Everything's like a tapestry. A tapestry is basically what I'm saying there is like every thread matters. Every thread that is sewn into a cloth matters. And it's not what one fucking person is saying to the masses.
That's actually a really good analogy.
Billy Graham died, and so that's kind of where I'm getting at. Billy Graham died, and all these people are saying like, "Oh, Billy Graham died, so that means we are gonna have a revolution at our hands." It's like, what? Billy Graham was a fucking man, like everyone else.
Yeah,
he just had a gift of speaking to the masses, and God had a plan for him, and he spoke to the masses. That's it. Billy Graham loved to talk about the cross and what that meant. And that reminds me of Martin Luther, because the cross means a lot, in my opinion, as a Christian, because God died on the cross. Jesus died on the cross for us. And that has so much merit, and it's so juicy. And then you have these fucking guys go, "Oh, Billy Graham died, so that means revolution." Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
You know what's funny? I think that's actually kind of like just human nature. Yeah, because I actually like a really good correlation, because I read this Facebook post one time. It was about how we're destroying the planet, and eventually we're going to get to a point where the world is going to end because everybody's going to die, because we've just destroyed our ecosystem and everything like that. And there was like a comment underneath that said, "Hey, that's a pretty selfish way of looking at it. Just because all human life is gone, that doesn't mean that's the end of the world. Like, get your head out of your own ass. There's so much around us that is life. Nature
does not need us. Bottom line.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And so the fact that Billy Graham, the fact that he died, people were so like, they saw that as like humanity or whatever. And then now that that's gone, this is just going to be the end of everything.
It feels like they put God in his place. Like, they look at him and they go, he's God. Like, I know that's not what anyone's thinking. Maybe there's like a fucking few percentage, like 0.0001.
I don't know if they're like directly thinking that, but
it's like they're projecting this sort of like anyone could do this in the eyes of God if they're talented, or if they want to pursue being a preacher. Like, it's there. And God that was his thing, and he did it. It makes me mad, and it smears his name, Billy Graham, because it's just like, what? So his death is this sign? Well, like,
Yeah.
if it is a fucking sign, then that's all Billy Graham was worth for. It was just him being the sign that he died. It had nothing to do with the many amount of people he converted to Christ, or the amount of people he showed God. I'm saying this wrong.
Tongue is tied.
Yeah, well, he showed Jesus to people and filled stadiums full. Amazing. Mm-hmm. So I just get mad about that, because it's like, what do I do with this? What do I do with Billy Graham being a sign of death?
Death is natural. It happens.
Well, like, what do I do with that? What am I supposed to do? Like, I'm going to wait for a sign to happen. No, I'm going to continue my life. I'm going to glorify God. That's my goal. I'm going to keep going. Mm-hmm. There's no, and like, for clarity, like, I have no jealousy or envy on anybody's part trying to show who God is. I'm just like, I just really want to focus more attention to Jesus and the cross, and his word, not so much the people physically. It's just like, fuck.
Yeah.
The whole message is lost. The moment you say shit like that, the whole message of the Bible is lost. It's like it's out the window. We focus more on the fucking signs and the meanings of things instead of the people, which Jesus loves. He loves people, individuals. That's who he wants. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
That's my thing. Wow, I went really far.
I didn't know we were going to talk about this for so long.
Yeah.
Just one more thing, maybe just to wrap it up. I just think something that's really cool and really kind of beautiful. When I used to go to church a lot, we would learn that we are instruments in like God's plan or whatever. And I think that's like beautiful, because like you can't just have, if you want to have like a chorus or like a big band, you need to have multiple instruments, and the instrument alone can't make the music. You need to have somebody to play the instrument. So if we're in a sense like puppets.
Yeah, I kind of get what you're saying. I'm gonna throw some Christian at you.
Okay, give it.
I think there's something to do with free will. You know, the free will to do whatever you want. And
oh yeah, that does.
When I hear instrument, it kind of just seems like you're a puppet, and I don't believe that exactly. I feel like, you know, I want to glorify God because it's my free will, and it's so beautiful when it's like, holy crap, like I have this fucking ability, and then it makes you kind of appreciate it more. So for me, it's more so I have the free will to do whatever I want. I've been given that, which kind of sounds redundant. No.
What is the fucking
something
word?
dictive or
contradictive,
because it's like, I get free will. No, you don't, because he's giving it to you. But like, free will is free will. You can't argue what free will is. Mm-hmm. I get to decide to do whatever I want, and I'm going to choose what I want to do with that. And that's what I think is so important about Christianity, because it's really not about. My mom used to say, "Oh, you're such a gift. God just gave you this gift, and you just have a gift." And I'm like, okay, I know that. I mean, I also worked at it myself. I was the one who decided to do this, and now I'm going to decide, okay, how am I going to use this? I think it's more of how am I going to use the stuff that I created for myself, the gift the work that I put into it. What am I going to do with that? Mm-hmm. And that decision is what's important. Decisions, as a Christian. So, yeah, I don't know maybe God might direct my thoughts sometimes, like, oh, what about that anime that you saw on the internet when you were a kid? That looked pretty. You wanted to draw that?
That sounds like Satan, actually.
Well, I know, tempting. Right? I know, right? So it's like, then you get in that conversation. No, I saw anime. I was like, fuck, this is cool cartoons. I like this. And I started drawing it. Then before I knew it, I just started drawing more and more. And then I got into this field. So it just, I don't know.
Here we are recording a podcast.
Anyway, I'm done. We gotta figure out this permit shit, because I don't want to get a ticket.
Okay. All right. Well, this has been fun.
How long has this been?
We're actually at 40 minutes.
Damn. Okay, we gotta go. Thanks, guys. Have a great fucking day.
Have a great fucking day.
Take care. Bye.
Bye.